The story you're about to hear has been adapted from a true story. Places and characters mentioned in the story have been altered and presented before you. It had begun in the dark corridors of an abandoned mental asylum. On the outskirts of the city, the old walls of the asylum, now fading and worn, bore the traces of decades of screams and struggles. Dr. Evelyn Carter, the mysterious figure who managed the asylum, knew the dark secrets hidden within its remote corners. One night, as the peculiar sounds echoed through the asylum corridors, Dr. Carter, drawn by the urgency of a patient's cries, hurried to the scene. In one of the farthest corners of the asylum, a young man named Benjamin seemed lost in his own world. Benjamin, trapped mysteriously within the asylum, spoke of hearing voices from the shadows, voices that empowered him. Initially dismissing it as a sign of delirium, Dr. Carter soon discovered that the truth was more complex than she had thought. The former head of the asylum, Dr. Malcolm Blackwood, had once made a pact with the devil, releasing a dark energy in the tunnels beneath the facility. This energy took hold of sensitive souls, like Benjamin, compelling them to serve its sinister purpose. Dr. Carter was determined to stop the infiltrated energy of the devil within the asylum. To achieve this, she needed to delve into the history of the asylum. In the midnight hours, amidst the corridors of the asylum, Dr. Carter uncovered forgotten truths about Blackwood's sins. The story narrates Dr. Carter's resolve to save Benjamin, who had made a pact with the devil, yet at every step the shadow of the devil tested her. In the depths of the tunnels, an ancient ritual confronted her, and she did not hesitate to risk her own soul. In the end, Dr. Carter succeeded in breaking Blackwood's pact and rescuing Benjamin from the clutches of darkness. However, this victory was overshadowed by the devil's laughter echoing in the corridors. The asylum fell silent once again, but Dr. Carter carried the scars of the nightmarish ordeal. Although the city seemed to have achieved salvation, the traces of darkness lingered as a haunting memory of the shadows that once danced within the mental asylum. As Dr. Carter left the asylum, she felt an unrest among the townspeople. Despite the apparent rescue of the town, the souls of many were still affected by the devil's remnants. Dr. Carter realized she had to confront the dark history of the town and dispel the curse left by the devil. One night, Dr. Carter headed towards Blackwood's former office. There, she found an old book that contained details about the forgotten memories of the past and the curse the devil had left on the town. To completely break the pact, more had to be done. Dr. Carter explored the old tunnels and ritual chambers scattered throughout the town. With each step, she confronted the traces of the devil, but she also resisted against the darkness. Dr. Carter embarked on a final struggle to save the city and liberate the souls of its people. During the last ritual, the town momentarily plunged into darkness. This time, however, Dr. Carter's courage and sacrifices permanently shattered the devil's power. The town was cleansed of the dark shadows, but Dr. Carter knew that the dark could always linger in a corner, and with this night, the shadows would never completely dissipate. Thank you for listening. As Phantom Tales Studio, we will continue to bring you many more real-life stories in the future.